NEBOSH Exam 100 Questions and Answers. Follow us for more content like this. Question. What are the key elements of a safety management system, SMS? 1. Answer. A safety management system typically includes elements such as policy and commitment, planning, implementation, and operation, performance evaluation, and continual improvement. Question. Describe the hierarchy of controls used in occupational health and safety. 2. Answer. The hierarchy of controls consists of elimination, substitution, engineering controls, administrative controls, and personal protective equipment, PPE. These controls are prioritized from most to least effective in minimizing hazards. Question. Explain the process of conducting a risk assessment in the workplace. 3. Answer. A risk assessment involves identifying hazards, assessing the risks associated with those hazards, implementing control measures to mitigate risks, and reviewing and monitoring the effectiveness of those measures regularly. Question. What are the main responsibilities of a safety officer in a manufacturing plant? 4. Answer. The responsibilities include conducting regular safety inspections, training employees on safety procedures, investigating incidents, maintaining safety records, and ensuring compliance with health and safety regulations. Question. What is the purpose of a permit to work system and when should it be used? 5. Answer. A permit to work system is used to ensure that high-risk activities are carried out safely. It provides a formal written record of the precautions to be taken, the authorization to carry out work, and the completion of work. It should be used when conducting tasks such as hot work, electrical work, working in confined spaces, or working at heights. Question. Define and explain the concept of near miss in the workplace. 6. Answer. A near miss is an event where an accident could have occurred but did not due to chance or quick intervention. Even though no injury or damage occurred, near misses should be reported and investigated to prevent future incidents by identifying potential hazards and addressing weaknesses in controls. Question. What are the main types of fire extinguishers and how should they be used? 7. Answer. The main types of fire extinguishers include water, foam, dry powder, CO2, and wet chemical. Water extinguishers are used for Class A, solid, fires, foam for Class A and B, liquid, fires, dry powder for Class A, B, and C, gas, fires, CO2 for electrical and Class B fires, and wet chemical for Class F, cooking oils and fats, fires. Question. Describe the function of the Health and Safety Executive, House, in the UK. 8. Answer. The House is the national regulatory body responsible for enforcing health and safety legislation in the UK. It provides guidance on safety standards, carries out inspections, investigates incidents, and ensures that workplaces comply with the legal requirements set out in the Health and Safety at Work Act. Question. What are the common causes of accidents in the workplace? 9. Answer. Common causes of accidents include unsafe acts, such as improper use of equipment or failure to follow procedures, unsafe conditions, such as poorly maintained machinery or inadequate lighting, human error, lack of training, and poor management or supervision. Question. What is the importance of personal protective equipment, PPE, in the workplace? 10. Answer. PPE is essential to protect workers from hazards that cannot be fully controlled by other means. It helps reduce the risk of injury or illness from hazards such as falling objects, exposure to chemicals, noise, or respiratory hazards. PPE should be used as a last resort, after other risk control measures have been implemented. Question. Explain the term manual handling and the risks associated with it. 11. Answer. Manual handling refers to the physical effort of lifting, carrying, pushing, pulling, or lowering objects. Risks associated with manual handling include musculoskeletal injuries, strains, and sprains, especially when workers lift heavy objects incorrectly, overexert, or perform repetitive tasks without proper techniques. Question. What are the legal duties of employers under the Health and Safety at Work Act 1974 in the UK? 12. Answer. Employers have a legal duty to ensure, as far as reasonably practicable, the health, safety, and welfare of their employees. This includes providing a safe working environment, adequate training, ensuring equipment is safe, conducting risk assessments, and taking appropriate action to control hazards. Question. Describe the steps involved in carrying out a fire risk assessment. 13. Answer. The steps include identifying fire hazards, assessing the risks of fire occurring, evaluating the effectiveness of existing fire safety measures, recording findings and actions, implementing improvements, and reviewing the assessment periodically to ensure it remains current. Question. What is the difference between a hazard and a risk? 14. Answer. A hazard is something that has the potential to cause harm, such as a chemical, machine, or process. A risk is the likelihood that the hazard will cause harm and the severity of that harm. While a hazard is inherent, a risk depends on the situation, environment, and controls in place. Question. What are the key principles of safe working at height? 15. Answer. The key principles include eliminating the need for working at height where possible, using safe equipment such as scaffolding or ladders, ensuring proper training for workers, assessing the risks before work starts, and using fall protection equipment when required. Question. How can employers reduce the risks associated with noise exposure in the workplace? 16. Answer. Employers can reduce noise risks by implementing engineering controls, example using quieter machinery, administrative controls, example rotating workers to limit exposure, providing hearing protection when necessary, and ensuring regular hearing checks for employees. Question. Explain the role of a safety officer in emergency response planning. 17. Answer. A safety officer's role in emergency response planning includes assessing potential emergency scenarios, creating emergency response procedures, training employees on emergency actions, conducting drills, ensuring the availability of emergency equipment, and coordinating with external emergency services. Question. What are the main types of workplace stress and their potential impact on employees? 18. Answer. The main types of workplace stress include workload stress, interpersonal stress, role ambiguity, and work-life imbalance. Stress can lead to physical and mental health problems such as anxiety, depression, fatigue, and cardiovascular issues, as well as reduced productivity and increased absenteeism. Question. What is the purpose of a safety data sheet, SDS, in the workplace? 19. Answer. A safety data sheet provides information on the properties of chemicals, the potential hazards, safe handling and storage procedures, emergency measures, and disposal guidelines. It helps workers understand the risks and take necessary precautions when handling hazardous substances. Question. Define environmental impact assessment, EIA, and its significance in the workplace. 20. Answer. An environmental impact assessment, EIA, is a process used to evaluate the potential environmental effects of a proposed project or activity before it begins. It is significant in identifying adverse effects, implementing mitigation measures, and ensuring compliance with environmental regulations to minimize harm to the environment. Question. What are the key principles of risk management in the workplace? 21. Answer. The key principles of risk management include identifying hazards, assessing the risks, implementing control measures, monitoring the effectiveness of controls, and reviewing and revising the risk management process regularly. The goal is to minimize risks and ensure a safe working environment. Question. Explain the concept of safety culture in an organization. 22. Answer. Safety culture refers to the shared attitudes, beliefs, values, and behaviors regarding safety within an organization. A positive safety culture encourages employees to prioritize safety, report hazards, and engage in safe practices, creating an environment where safety is integral to daily operations. Question. Describe the difference between a dangerous occurrence and a reportable accident under the reporting of injuries, diseases, and dangerous occurrences regulations, Ritter. 23. Answer. A dangerous occurrence refers to an event that has the potential to cause harm, such as a major equipment failure, but does not necessarily result in injury or damage. A reportable accident refers to an event where a person has been injured or harmed and requires reporting under Ritter, such as a fatality or major injury. Question. What are the key elements of an emergency evacuation plan? 24. Answer. An emergency evacuation plan should include clear evacuation routes and assembly points, details of emergency exits, procedures for assisting vulnerable individuals, assigned responsibilities for employees and emergency services, regular drills, and communication methods for alerting everyone in the event of an emergency. Question. What is the purpose of a safety audit? 25. Answer. A safety audit is an assessment of an organization's safety policies, procedures, and practices. It aims to identify hazards, evaluate risk controls, ensure compliance with safety regulations, and identify areas for improvement to prevent accidents and improve overall safety performance. Question. Explain the difference between direct and indirect costs of workplace accidents. 26. Answer. Direct costs are those immediately attributable to the accident, such as medical expenses, insurance claims, and compensation. Indirect costs include lost productivity, training new workers, damage to equipment, and reputational damage to the organization, which may not be immediately quantifiable but can be significant. Question. What are the health risks associated with exposure to asbestos in the workplace? 27. Answer. Exposure to asbestos can cause serious health issues such as lung cancer, mesothelioma, and asbestosis. The risk is higher when asbestos fibers are inhaled, leading to long-term respiratory problems. Workers exposed to asbestos must be properly trained, and controls should be in place to minimize exposure. Question. What steps should be taken to control the risks associated with working in confined spaces? 28. Answer. Steps include conducting a risk assessment, implementing a permit to work system, ensuring proper ventilation, providing personal protective equipment, PPE, ensuring there is a trained rescue team, and monitoring atmospheric conditions, example oxygen levels, toxic gases, inside the confined space. Question. What are the main components of a health and safety policy? 29. Answer. A health and safety policy typically includes the organization's commitment to health and safety, objectives for improving safety, the responsibilities of managers and employees, procedures for reporting and investigating incidents, and methods for evaluating and improving safety performance. Question. Explain the concept of zero harm and its significance in a safety management system. 30. Answer. Zero harm is a safety goal that aims for no injuries, fatalities, or harm to people, the environment, or assets. It signifies an organization's commitment to achieving the highest standards of safety and protecting workers, with the ultimate goal of creating a culture where safety is embedded in every aspect of the workplace. Question. What is the purpose of a risk control hierarchy, and how is it applied in practice? 31. Answer. The purpose of the risk control hierarchy is to provide a structured approach to managing risks. It prioritizes control measures, with elimination of the hazard being the most effective method, followed by substitution, engineering controls, administrative controls, and finally PPE. In practice, hazards should first be eliminated or substituted, with PPE used as the last line of defense. Question. What are the main types of workplace hazards, and how can they be controlled? 32. Answer. The main types of workplace hazards include physical, example noise, machinery, chemical, example fumes, dust, biological, example bacteria, viruses, ergonomic, example repetitive strain, and psychosocial, example stress, bullying. They can be controlled by eliminating or substituting hazardous processes, using engineering controls, providing PPE, and implementing safe work practices. Question. Describe the role of the Health and Safety Committee within an organization. 33. Answer. The Health and Safety Committee is a group of employees and management representatives responsible for promoting safety, discussing health and safety issues, conducting risk assessments, reviewing incidents, and recommending improvements. The committee plays a crucial role in fostering collaboration and improving the organization's safety culture. Question. What is meant by the term slips, trips, and falls, and how can these hazards be minimized in the workplace? 34. Answer. Slips, trips, and falls refer to incidents where individuals lose their balance due to uneven surfaces, wet floors, cluttered walkways, or poor lighting. To minimize these hazards, employers should maintain clean, dry floors, provide proper lighting, ensure clear walkways, and train employees to be aware of potential risks. Question. What are the main principles of good manual handling techniques? 35. Answer. Good manual handling techniques include assessing the load before lifting, maintaining a stable stance, using the legs, not the back, to lift, keeping the load close to the body, avoiding twisting movements, and seeking assistance or using lifting equipment when necessary. Question. What is the significance of toolbox talks in a safety management system? 36. Answer. Toolbox talks are short, informal safety meetings where workers are briefed on specific safety issues, risks, or procedures. They help raise awareness, reinforce safe practices, and provide an opportunity for employees to ask questions or discuss concerns. Regular toolbox talks contribute to improving safety communication in the workplace. Question. What are the potential hazards of working with electricity, and how can they be controlled? 37. Answer. Potential hazards include electric shock, electrocution, burns, and fires. They can be controlled by ensuring proper insulation of electrical wiring, using circuit breakers, grounding electrical systems, providing PPE, example rubber gloves, insulated tools, and ensuring that only qualified personnel perform electrical work. Question. What are the benefits of conducting a thorough accident investigation? 38. Answer. A thorough accident investigation helps identify the root cause of the incident, prevents similar accidents from occurring in the future, improves safety procedures, and ensures compliance with legal and regulatory requirements. It also provides valuable data for risk assessments and safety training programs. Question. How should workplace safety information be communicated to employees? 39. Answer. Safety information should be communicated clearly through signage, safety manuals, training sessions, meetings, and digital platforms. The communication should be easily understood by all employees, considering language barriers, literacy levels, and the use of visual aids for complex concepts. Question. What are the main responsibilities of employees in maintaining workplace safety? 40. Answer. Employees are responsible for following safety procedures, using equipment properly, reporting hazards and incidents, participating in training, wearing required PPE, and cooperating with management in creating a safe working environment. They also have a duty to ensure their own safety and the safety of others around them. Question. What is the role of safety signage in workplace safety? 41. Answer. Safety signage plays a vital role in alerting workers to potential hazards, guiding them on safe practices, and providing instructions in emergency situations. It helps prevent accidents by increasing awareness of risks, such as fire exits, hazardous materials, and protective equipment requirements. Question: what are the key factors that influence the effectiveness of a safety training program? 4.2. Answer: the effectiveness of a safety training program depends on factors such as clear objectives, relevance to the workplace, engagement and participation from employees, practical application, skilled trainers, regular updates, and a system for evaluating the program's success and areas for improvement. Question: explain the concept of due diligence in the context of workplace health and safety. 4.3. Answer: due diligence refers to the legal obligation of employers to take all reasonable steps to prevent accidents and ensure the health and safety of workers. This includes conducting risk assessments, providing training, implementing safety measures, and ensuring that safety practices are followed at all times. Question: what is the purpose of conducting regular health surveillance in the workplace? 4.4. Answer: health surveillance is used to monitor the health of employees who may be exposed to hazardous substances or working conditions, such as chemicals or repetitive physical strain. It helps identify early signs of occupational diseases or injuries, ensuring that preventive actions are taken to protect workers' health. Question: what are the key features of a good safety leadership program? 4.5. Answer: a good safety leadership program focuses on creating a positive safety culture by training leaders to model safe behavior, make safety a priority in decision-making, engage workers in safety programs, hold everyone accountable for safety, and continuously improve safety standards through feedback and innovation. Question: explain the concept of safety by design in engineering. 4.6. Answer: safety by design is the principle of incorporating safety features into the design and engineering of equipment, processes, and systems from the outset, rather than relying on safety measures implemented afterward. This approach aims to eliminate or reduce hazards before they can cause harm, ensuring safer working conditions. Question: what is the importance of risk communication in the workplace? 4.7. Answer: risk communication involves sharing information about hazards, risks, and safety practices with employees in a clear, understandable way. Effective communication helps workers recognize dangers, understand safety protocols, and make informed decisions, ultimately reducing the likelihood of accidents and improving overall safety. Question: what are the most common causes of workplace stress, and how can they be managed? 4.8. Answer: common causes of workplace stress include high workloads, long hours, job insecurity, poor work-life balance, lack of control, and interpersonal conflicts. To manage stress, employers can provide support through employee assistance programs, promote a healthy work-life balance, improve workplace conditions, and encourage open communication. Question: what is the purpose of a lockout/tagout (LOTO) system, and when should it be used? 4.9. Answer: a lockout/tagout system is used to control hazardous energy during maintenance or repair activities to prevent accidental start-up of machinery or equipment. It involves locking or tagging equipment to ensure it cannot be operated until maintenance is completed. It should be used whenever machinery is being serviced or when there is a risk of unintended operation. Question: how can ergonomics be applied to reduce musculoskeletal disorders in the workplace? 50. Answer: ergonomics can be applied by designing workstations, tools, and tasks that fit the capabilities and limitations of workers. This includes adjusting chair heights, workstation layouts, and equipment placement, encouraging regular breaks, providing lifting aids, and promoting proper posture to reduce strain on muscles and joints. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, comment, and share.